everyone, it's Annette. If you're like me, I have acquired a lot of different beautiful pattern papers for my card making, and sometimes the patterns are so pretty that I overthink where am I going to cut these to get the best design. So I'm going to show you a technique today that breaks that down and makes it so much easier. I love this technique. Stick around, let's chop up some paper. I pulled one of the paper pads I had from my stash and I selected the DCWV Mariposa Stack. It's a beautiful selection of 12 by 12 papers. Some of them have glitter, some have foil. And I just want to show you, they are one-sided, but they just have beautiful designs, and these can make lovely backgrounds for your cards. I really like all the butterflies on that. But I wanted to pick one that, you know, this is kind of easy. We can chop it up without any issue. But when you get into patterns like this, you might kind of stumble and think, well, where am I going to cut this? Because I really like this, but I want some of the flower and the polka dots. So anyway, I'm just going to leaf through this paper pad, and I'm looking for something like this. It's a little more difficult to figure out where you want to cut. I've used this on card projects before, and they just make such beautiful cards. I think I'm gonna use this one because it's very busy, and it's just full of all kinds of really cool designs. So the technique I'm going to show you, I've heard it called mystery cut or blind cut, or you get what you get cut, but whatever you want to call it, I'm going to show you how to do it. So I'm going to bring in my Holtz Tonic Guillotine paper cutter. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so you can see. And so this paper measures 12 by 12, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut at 4 inches, so we'll end up with 3 pieces. But the beauty of this is we're going to flip it over and we're going to cut blind or a mystery cut. Now, if your paper does have a pattern like this, you want to, you want to orient it in the right position. Like, I don't want to make my cuts this way necessarily. I want to make them this way, so I'm just going to orient my design and just flip it over. And then we're just going to line it up. Get my little owl out of the way here. My craft space is very small, so I just have to make some adjustments. So I'm going to line it up here at the 4-inch mark. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but that's what I'm doing. And I'm just making sure it's lined up all the way down. And I'm going to press this down and cut. That's one, and leave it turned upside down. We're not going to flip it over till the very end. And then we'll do it again. And then we're left with 3 pieces that are 4-inch by 12-inch. Now, along the 12-inch side, we're just going to cut it, and we are going to make each cut at 5 1/4 inch. So there's 5 1/4, and just make sure that your cardstock is all the way up and even, and cut. And you'll have one more piece, and do that again. And you'll be left with a scrap. I just set that aside. And I honestly, I love doing this because it's a big surprise at the end, and I don't turn anything over until I'm done. So let me cut these real quick, and then we'll turn them over and see what we got. And we will make a card with whatever we have. Well, I'm not going to make a card in today's video. I'm just showing you the technique. But these pieces you'll be able to use as a background, and then you could just, they make simple cards. You just glue them to the card base, add a sentiment, and you're good to go. All right, let's see what we got. Set that out of the way. And then we're going to turn it over. And these just came out so pretty, and you can just visualize them on the card with a nice sentiment, like thinking of you, or, you know, happy birthday even. Look at that. If somebody that likes butterflies, that makes a beautiful background. Even that with a little butterfly coming out from the bottom, and put your greeting on there. So I just wanted to show you this technique because I love it. And sometimes when I'm not feeling particularly crafty and I don't really have a card in mind, I will just cut up paper and I'll put this in my little bin of card bases and or card mats. This is mat size actually, but it will fill a card base nicely with a nice border in whatever color you use for your card base. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Hold on. Real quick. So in this instance, I have a white card base that I previously had cut, okay? And I'm just going to just show you real quick. So this would just go on here, and you have a nice white border, and you could just put a greeting. It makes a nice, beautiful, simple card. So I hope you try this technique, and let me know what you think in the comments. All right, thanks. Have a good day.